A gearbox technician in Madrid opened up an automatic transmission last month that had 42,000 kilometers on it. 42,000. The car was less than 3 years old. The fluid inside was black. Not dark, black. The metal shavings at the bottom of the pan looked like glitter. The clutch plates were burnt through. The mechatronic unit had overheated so many times the circuit board was warped. Total repair cost, €4,800. The owner was stunned. The car had never shown a warning light. It had never made an unusual noise. It had passed every scheduled service at the official dealership. The gearbox did not fail because of a manufacturing defect. It failed because the owner made one mistake. The same mistake that 90% of automatic transmission owners in Spain are making right now without knowing it. And it is not the only mistake. There are 10 habits that destroy automatic transmissions, habits that feel completely normal, that nobody warns you about, and that mechanics see the consequences of every single week. Today I am going to show you all 10. Some are obvious once you hear them, others will shock you, and one of them, the most common one, is something almost every automatic driver in Spain does every single day. Subscribe because this video is cheaper than a gearbox. Mistake number 1. Trusting lifetime transmission fluid. This is the mistake that destroyed the gearbox in Madrid, and it is the most expensive lie in the automotive industry. Volkswagen, BMW, Mercedes and Audi all declare their automatic transmission fluid as lifetime fill, meaning it never needs changing. The owner believed them. The dealership never suggested a fluid change. After 42,000 kilometers of Spanish city driving, the fluid had degraded to the point where it was destroying the transmission from the inside. Here is what lifetime actually means. It means the fluid will last the lifetime of the gearbox, and the manufacturer has decided that lifetime is around 150,000 kilometers. After that, they want you to buy a new car. The fluid is not designed to last forever. It is designed to last until the warranty expires and the car enters the cycle of expensive repairs that funds the manufacturer's parts department. Independent gearbox specialists across Europe recommend changing automatic transmission fluid every 60,000 kilometers. The cost between €150 and €300 depending on the type. Cost of not changing it, between €2,500 and €6,000 for a gearbox rebuild or replacement. A transmission specialist in Barcelona, every destroyed automatic gearbox I open has the same thing inside. Original fluid that was never changed. The manufacturers know this fluid degrades. They call it lifetime because they have redefined what lifetime means. Change your automatic transmission fluid every 60,000 kilometers. Ignore what the manufacturer says. This single habit will save you more money than every other tip in this video combined. Mistake number 2. Shifting to park before the car stops completely. You are rolling into a parking space at 2 or 3 kilometers per hour. You slam the lever into park before the car fully stops. You hear a click. You think nothing of it. That click is the parking pal, a small metal pin, slamming into the output shaft gear while it is still spinning. Every time you do this, you chip the pal and the gear. After hundreds of repetitions, the parking system fails. The car rolls when parked, or worse, the pal jams and the transmission locks. Repair cost between €800 and €1,500 for parking pal and related damage. The habit: wait until the car is completely stationary. Apply the foot brake, then shift to park. Then apply the handbrake, then release the foot brake. It takes 3 extra seconds and saves the parking mechanism for the life of the car. Mistake number 3. Putting it in neutral at red lights. Half of Spain does this. You stop at a red light and shift from drive to neutral thinking you are reducing wear on the gearbox or saving fuel. You are doing neither. Modern automatics in drive at standstill consume virtually no extra fuel. The torque converter or clutch packs are designed for exactly this situation. Shifting to neutral and back to drive at every traffic light creates unnecessary engagement cycles that wear the clutch packs and stress the valve body. A mechanic in Seville. Customers tell me they shift to neutral at every light to protect the gearbox. They are doing the opposite. Every enter D shift is an engagement event. In a 30-minute Madrid commute, that can be 40 extra engagement cycles. Over 5 years, that is tens of thousands of unnecessary cycles. Keep it in drive. Keep your foot on the brake. The gearbox was designed for this. Mistake number 4. Launching from standstill with cold transmission. You start the car on a cold morning and immediately accelerate hard. You have heard about warming up the engine. Nobody told you the gearbox needs warming up too. Automatic transmission fluid thickens when cold. When the fluid is thick, it does not flow properly through the valve body, does not lubricate the clutch packs evenly, and does not cool the internal components adequately. Hard acceleration on cold fluid creates localized overheating that degrades the fluid and wears the clutch plates unevenly. The habit: for the first 5 minutes after starting, drive gently and avoid heavy acceleration. Let the transmission reach operating temperature before demanding full performance. This applies to every type of automatic: conventional torque converter, DSG, CVT, and dual clutch. Mistake number 5. Revving in neutral, then slamming into drive. This one seems obvious, but mechanics still see it constantly. Revving the engine in neutral or park and then engaging drive sends a massive torque spike through the transmission. The clutch packs absorb this shock directly. One time will not kill the gearbox. 100 times will. The damage is cumulative and invisible until the day the clutch pack fails and the bill arrives, between €2,000 and €4,500 depending on the gearbox type. Stop. 5 mistakes that destroy automatic transmissions silently, but the next 5 are the ones that even experienced drivers get wrong, including one that every single driving school in Spain teaches incorrectly. Hit like and let us continue. Mistake number 6. Using the transmission to hold the car on a hill. You are stopped on a slope. Instead of using the brake, you let the car creep forward in drive, using the engine's idle torque and the torque converter to hold position. The torque converter is slipping constantly in this situation. It generates heat. The fluid temperature rises. Over months of hill holding, which is unavoidable in cities like Barcelona, Bilbao, and San Sebastian, the fluid degrades and the converter wears internally. The habit: use the brake on hills. Always. If your car has a hill hold function, use it. The brake pads cost €80 to replace. The torque converter costs between €1,200 and €2,000. Mistake number 7. Switching between drive and reverse without stopping. Maneuvering in a tight parking space. Forward, stop, reverse, stop, forward. Except you are not fully stopping. You are shifting from D to R while the car still has forward momentum. Every time you do this, the gearbox has to reverse the direction of the entire drivetrain while it is still moving. The clutch packs, bands, and planetary gears absorb the shock. In a conventional automatic, this wears the bands. In a DSG or dual clutch, this destroys the clutch plates. Full stop before every direction change. Every time. No exceptions. Mistake number 8. Ignoring transmission temperature in traffic. Spanish summer, 40 degrees outside. Stop-and-go traffic on the M30 in Madrid. Your engine temperature gauge is in the normal range, so you assume everything is fine. Your transmission temperature is not fine. Automatic transmissions generate enormous heat in stop-and-go traffic. Constant engagement and disengagement of clutch packs, constant torque converter slip. Most cars do not have a transmission temperature gauge. By the time you notice a problem, the fluid has overheated and the damage is done. If your car has a transmission temperature readout, use it. If it does not, and you are stuck in extended traffic in summer heat, consider pulling over for 5 minutes to let everything cool. It sounds extreme. It is cheaper than a gearbox. Mistake number 9. Towing above the rated capacity. Your Ibiza DSG has a towing rating. It is lower than you think. Exceeding it by even 20%, which feels like nothing when you're loading a trailer, puts the transmission under sustained stress it was not designed for. The clutch packs overheat, the fluid degrades, the mechatronic unit strains. One summer holiday towing a slightly overloaded trailer through the mountains can take 20,000 kilometers of life out of your DSG. Check the rating. Respect the rating, or budget €3,000 for the consequences. Mistake number 10. Never using manual mode or sport mode. This sounds counterintuitive, but automatic transmissions that are always left in comfort mode and never manually overridden develop a problem. The same gear positions carry all the load all the time. Using manual mode or sport mode occasionally forces the gearbox to use different gear ratios, different clutch plate combinations, and different load patterns. It distributes wear more evenly across the internal components. You do not need to drive aggressively. Once a week on a motorway on-ramp, use manual mode and run through the gears. Let the transmission work across its full range. It is the mechanical equivalent of stretching. It keeps everything moving and prevents localized wear from accumulating. 10 mistakes, 10 habits that feel completely normal and are silently destroying the most expensive component in your car after the engine itself. Change the fluid every 60,000 kilometers. Ignore the manufacturer. Stop fully before shifting to park. Stay in drive at red lights. Warm up the transmission before pushing it. Never rev and slam. Use the brake on hills. Full stop between drive and reverse. Watch the temperature in summer traffic. Respect towing limits. And use manual mode occasionally. Total cost of these 10 habits? €0. Total cost of ignoring them, between €2,500 and €6,000 for a gearbox you could have saved. The automotive industry makes billions from gearbox repairs. These 10 habits take that money away from them and keep it in your pocket. Subscribe and share this video with every automatic driver you know, because the gearbox you save might be your own.